Howdy y'all, welcome back to Camp Shack Productions. Hope you're doing well today. Today, I want to talk about one simple thing that I think you should either have in your pocket, in your backpack, pretty much anytime you go outdoors. And that is just a standard Bic lighter. This thing can come in so handy, and I'm going to show you guys a few tips and tricks that I have to kind of actually take this up a notch and how to even use it if you run out of fluid. So again, I think one of the simplest things in the world is just having fire. If you get in real trouble and you need to do something as simple as build a signal fire, this lighter can actually save your life. And as you can see from both of my lighters here, I do wrap them in a strip of duct tape. And the reason for that is duct tape is exceptionally flammable. It's a great little fire starter that you can use to get your fire going if you need to. So it really does. It comes in super duper handy, and I really think that this is just one of the simplest and easiest things you can do. Now, let's say you're out there and you've been using your lighter and something comes up and you have a lighter that no longer gives you flame. I think that you can do an actual lot with just this. This thing might have a little bit of flame left, but it doesn't have much. One more little jolt of fire out of a lighter, even if it's been dead for a while and you think there's no way, just by shaking it, giving it a little bit of love, you might be able to fix it. So this thing is now super duper hot, which is great. But look, this is another thing that I always keep in my pocket. Between these two things, I could do a lot, but I always have Leatherman. This Leatherman goes with me all over the place, mostly because I live in the desert and we have this thing called jumping cactus. And if you don't have a way to pry those things out, they're going to bounce and get all over in you. Whereas with pliers, you can just pull them out. But so I always have that. So look, this is super simple. You just grip this and you can actually just pull off the metal piece. Do not get rid of this metal piece. It has actually quite a few different uses. You can flatten it out and turn it into like a spoon for a fishing hook. I'm going to use it to kind of clean out some of what we're going to do next. And I will show you guys a couple little tricks on what I do if I run out. You actually have a flint and steel right here. So let's get a little bit closer camera angle and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. One of the other things that I always make sure that I have when I am out in the backcountry is that I have some toilet paper, whether it be to wipe my nose, if I have to go to the bathroom. I have a little hand sanitizer, which is also a pretty good fire starter, just so you know. But I always keep a little bit of this in here, and I just want to show you all really quickly that I just pulled this off of here. I'm going to put it down in here. And I'm going to use my sparker here. And you can see the spark is charring the edges here, but it won't fully light the toilet paper. So, full disclosure, I did do a little bit of grinding yesterday just because I knew how long this would take. And I want to be very clear. This is a super duper slow process. You have to be very patient. But again, just a simple piece of toilet paper that of course is going to bend so that the camera can't see it here. And on your little lighter, you have a flint actually tucked underneath the rolling wheel. That's what gives you your spark. So if you actually spend some time, and I mean a lot of time, I would say it takes a few minutes of constant spinning to get this thing to fully dump out a whole bunch of that flint. But in doing so, and again, hopefully you guys can see, there is some directly on my fingers as well, and that's where I found some of the best place to get it. But there is, I mean, oh my God, it's so hard to see. It's like a little silver metallic-y gray piece, and you just have to sit here and go away from the striker so that you don't light your finger or your stuff on fire before you're ready. But by doing this, you can actually get enough of this flint to be able to start a pretty good little fire here. Full disclosure, I was trying to pry underneath to get some of the extra flint out, and I popped the wheel out, which then from this spring shot the little flint piece flying into my garage here. So I broke the green lighter, which does show you that you can get that little flint piece out. So I guess you could try to use that. So I grabbed another lighter. I was trying all kinds of stuff to get more of this out. And I'm going to switch to it because this yellow lighter keeps producing a flame. And I don't want to cheat and use a flame. I actually want it to spark. And this one, it just keeps on going, man. So what I'm going to do is pull this off, this old lighter here, and show you. It's just, oh, there was a little flame there. It's just spark. So maybe the third time is the charm. So sorry, new lighter. Broke this one. Let's try to light it. And look at that. It definitely creates enough of a spark to be able to light a flame. Or you could just use the little bit of gas that's left. So the best thing to do is carry a lighter that actually has some flame to it, because as you can see, it'll actually light up. So does this myth work? Kind of. I mean, it takes a lot to be able to grind that off, but if you were in a life or death situation, it also would be exceptionally hard to do this out in the actual mountains or wherever, if there's wind blowing and things like that. So you'd want to build some sort of nest around it, contain it, grind and grind and grind and grind, or remove the piece. Don't lose it, because the spring will, I mean, this thing will eject, and just scrape off a bunch. And then you could probably just use, you know, some of these pieces to strike it. You do have your fish lure here that you could make like a little spoon with if you needed to, that comes off the top of the lighter. You know, by again having the duct tape there, you get quite a bit. So I don't know, you guys, you tell me, is this worth it? Is this actually a real survival hack? Is this thing, could this actually save you? Or do what I do and just make sure you always have a lighter that works and wrap it in duct tape. But if you get into a pinch, you do have a way to kind of bail yourself out by just, again, grinding, and hoping that you get it to to spark. So, all right, y'all, leave a comment down below if you think you have a better idea. I mean, you know, you could just go with something like waterproof matches that, again, you can see I have duct tape wrapped around. It's got a striker. You could carry a torch. I mean, there's lots of different things you could do. All right, y'all, I do hope you like this video. I know it's a little different. Please go down, hit the like button. If you're feeling super generous, subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. Crazy, right? Let's get everything prepared. I do want to point out I have a welding glove in case I need to smash it. I'm doing this in a pan, and I do have a fire extinguisher, which I'm going to keep right next to me here in case I need it.